Good morning. It is with much regret that I must inform you today that after several months of anxiously waiting, the Yellowstone supervolcano has finally started to erupt. At this very moment, billions of tons of hot volcanic ash and gas are being ejected high into the Earth's atmosphere, blocking out much of the heat and light from the sun. Scientists predict that these eruptions will last for many months and lead to a volcanic winter, the like of which has never been experienced by humans before. Global temperatures will plummet, water supplies will be contaminated, agriculture will fail. Governments the world over are urging their citizens to remain as calm and as peaceful as possible during these most difficult and troubling times. No one can predict exactly how long the eruptions will last, or just how devastating the consequences will be. But there is one thing that most experts do agree on. Life on Earth will never be quite the same again.
The roads are empty. Cities are deserted. Countryside is barren. I've been alone now for exactly 1 year. It feels much longer. Each day is just a struggle to survive. Wandering from place to place. Lost. Searching. There's nothing left. Everyone and everything I've ever known is gone. There's no point going on.
Kick me one more time and there'll be trouble, son.
Sorry, I thought you were...
Not just yet.
Where have you come from? Are you alone? Is there anyone else? Do you know of more survivors?
Any chance of a drink first?
Yeah, sure. Can you sit up?
If you help me.
Is there anyone else? Do you know of more survivors?
No. I thought I was the last one, to be honest. Thanks. What's your name?
Chris.
Nice to meet you, Chris. I'm Mark.
What happened to you?
I got sick last winter. Took a turn for the worst a few days ago. Nasty infection. Or something I ate, maybe. Who knows?
Is there anything I can do?
No. Not unless you're a miracle worker, that is. It was worth a shot. Well, if you can't can't work miracles, do you mind just sitting here with me for a little while? It's been a long time since I've seen a friendly face. I could do with one right now.
You call this friendly? You must have seen some right miserable bastards.
Yeah, I have. But you seem like a good bloke.
Once upon a time, maybe.
Not anymore. We've all done things we're not proud of. Anyone who's lasted this long, anyway.
But is it worth it? Just to survive like this, I mean. Like animals.
Of course it is. Life is too precious just to give up on. So you were a soldier, I see. My brother was a colonel in the Mercians. Which regiment were you with?
I took all this from my body in the riots. This kid was dying. There was nothing I could do. I thought looking military would
Improve your chances of survival? Good thinking. It probably did.
He must have only been about 18 or 19. Probably younger. He kept asking me if everything was going to be okay. I didn't know what to say. It was crazy. People killing each other for scraps of food and contaminated water.
In the end, it all comes down to self-preservation. Don't matter who you are. I knew it would happen. So, what did you do if you're not a military man?
Honestly, I was a fitness instructor. I used to tell overweight, middle-aged women to eat less and exercise more. And they paid me for it. That and for wearing a little vest and tight shorts. Sounds ridiculous now, doesn't it?
We didn't know we were born. The convenience generation living the convenience lifestyle.
What about you? What did you do?
Engineer for the government. I've got a PhD in ecological engineering. Coming in useful now. Chris, can I ask you another favour? Well, it's more of a promise, really.
What?
I've got this photograph of me. I'd like you to promise me that you'll keep going, no matter how bad things get, or how hopeless they seem. I want you to promise me that you'll survive. And if you meet him, I'd like you to give this photograph to my son. Just let him see what his old man looked like, eh? He's named after me, Mark McCullen Jr.
Yeah, don't make promises I can't keep.
You can keep this one, eh? You're a natural-born survivor. I can tell.
You said it yourself, you thought you were the only one left. What's the point of surviving like this if there's nothing left to live for?
There's everything to live for.
Like what?
Like rebuilding humanity. Like restarting human civilization. This is your time, Chris. This is your chance to shape the future. Not just your own. The future of the whole human race.
Don't know how you can be so optimistic.
It's easy. Hope.
Hope? Hope for what?
Hope that one day things will be better. And one day life will be more than just about staying alive. And it will. It's just a matter of time.
What makes you so sure?
Look around you. It's improving already, isn't it? The skies have cleared long before anyone would have predicted. Vegetation's starting to regrow. Leaves are back on the trees. And listen. Bird song. The birds have managed to survive. They're making a comeback.
That doesn't mean that people can.
What if I was to let you in on a little secret? What if I was to tell you there are hundreds of people, thousands even, alive and well, not too far from here? We just can't see them. I'm serious. Hundreds of skilled, educated people, doctors, nurses, scientists, engineers, all living in enormous underground bunkers, like little cities. And one day, when the time is right, the bunkers will open and the people will come out. People with seeds to grow crops, and animals for livestock, and tools to rebuild.
You're dreaming, mate. People can't survive underground. Not for this long, anyway.
They can. I know.
How do you know?
Because I designed the oxygenation system. Huge chambers stretch out as far as the eye can see, filled with lush green plants to absorb the CO2 and produce clean oxygen. Water is extracted from the bedrock. Thermal energy is used for heating and to generate electricity. You think governments didn't prepare for this?
Bullshit! The Prime Minister made TV broadcasts from Downing Street long after the eruption started, right up until we lost transmission.
It was staged, on a set. The transmissions came from below.
So, why the pretense? Why keep it a secret?
The bunkers could only hold a small fraction of the population. So they chose people who they thought could give us the best chance of survival, as a species, I mean. You know what it was like towards the end, Chris. If the bunkers had made public knowledge, they would have been breached, and then no one would have survived.
Well, what the hell are they waiting for? The eruptions are over, and there's people still suffering out here. People who could be saved.
No one was expected to survive longer than a year. And certainly not this long. The bunkers are designed to house the occupants for 5 years, or until the climate can recover enough to support a population.
So, what about you? You helped design a system that's keeping them alive, and they just left you out here to die with the rest of us?
I had a place. All the engineers did. I gave it up.
And what the hell for?
For love. Places were limited. They didn't take couples. So I gave it to my wife.
And she just left you out here to die by yourself? And that's love, is it?
She was pregnant. She didn't want to go, but she did anyway. Just to give her son a chance of life. So yes, I call that love. Have you ever been in love, Chris? Never mind. Your time will come. I'm sure of it. You just need to hold on a little longer. You've come this far. Don't give up now. Salvation is just around the corner. I promise.
Well, I hope they didn't just save you science geeks. You're gonna need lap dancers in the future as well, you know.
will keep going. I will survive.